So this is the aftermath after the fire extinguisher. Powder everywhere. But I rather clean some powder than have a burnt down car, so nothing much to choose about. And this time around I'm gonna use the correct wire and do this the right way. This was all just a big failure. I used too small ground wire, so the wire burned up and the fuse did not break, but the cable burned up, and I have shortened the cable somewhere, so the wiring wasn't done correctly. So now I pretty much know how to do it, so it won't happen again. So I will start with a cleanup of the car, and then I will try to sort out what's damaged with the fuses, and then do the correct wiring. So let's go. And we'll have everything. No more, 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 no more. Okay, so now we are back at the crime scene where it all went stupidly wrong. This time around I have done my homework. Really thick wire, and I have changed some fuses. 2 of the fuses burned up and other ones look kind of messy, so I changed them too. So the seats are just in temporarily, just with 2 bolts as before. The battery is connected, so let's just pray to the Saab gods that this will work. Check okay, everything seems okay. Yes! Woo! So the driver's seat worked, but not the passenger. So I have done some troubleshooting and I have found the fault. Yes! So now it's just to disconnect the battery, pick out the seats again. I'm getting sick and tired of this, and then put all the interior trim pieces back together, then put in the seats again and put in the bolts as they should sit. Then correct the seats, and then I will do some leather treatment to the seats so it gets a nice shine to it. Since now it have had some powder on it, and I will clean it off, but yeah, just clean up a bit and then we're done. At first I had this power cable in 2.5 square millimeters, and that's too thin, and I connected them with the original power cable with one of these connectors, and this is rubbish. You should not use this. If you talk to electrician, he won't be very happy if he sees these type of connectors. So throw them in the garbage. And what I did was I consulted an electrician how is the best way to connect into a cable, and he told me that it was just peel the protection on the cable, use a soldering iron and solder it together, and then put, the best way is to use I can't find the English word for it, krympslang, but electrical tape will do just fine. Electrical tape will work in these type of dry areas if you use it in a, for example, engine bay where it could be some oil and something. The electrical tape will not hold up very well. So but in this case it's perfectly okay. So the power cable is just connected to the power to the seat, which is in position 1 or slot 1 on the connector. The slot numbers are imprinted on the sides everywhere around, all the way around. And then I have just connected it with one of these Vago connectors, which is super simple to use, and you can open and reuse them and reconnect. And these are okay for up to 32 amperes, so they could take quite some power. So I have connected this just to the power, and then under the carpet and throwing it next to the back seat, and we go around. Basically the same on this side, just connected it on the power cable here, which is slot number 1. I also added power to slot number 4, which I have read on some forums is the way to go, so I did that. And then up to the fuse box. The correct way is to mount it at this port here, which is for the electrical seats. But since mine didn't have electrical seats in the beginning, there is no cable or slot there, so I wasn't able to find a connection that fitted here. So I just connected the power cable, soldering it on to this connection here, which is for the cigarette lighter. And that is a connection that you don't use barely at all. So this is the easiest way to connect the seats and just to have them working. And that's just to simplify it. It's just power to slot number 1 on the connectors. Slot number 1 here on this connector on the driver's side, and then just move the cable to the passenger side and you will be good to go. So now it's just to put in the seats again and make sure everything looks nice. seats are minty fresh. The back seat too. Refurbished aero steering wheel. Looking real nice. Clean carpets. The carbon fiber details in the door. The shine that's on the seats right now will disappear over time, because right now it's the Chemical Guys leather lotion, so it will sink into the leather. And these seats are so comfortable. I am so relieved that the interior is done and everything came out great. Even though I had a small bump in the road, it's just to get up on the horse again and stay positive and just full speed ahead. And look at this now, just a couple of days later, and we cleared out the mess in the car and solved some issues with the wiring to the passenger seat. Now both seats work perfectly well, and yeah, I'm really satisfied. This makes a huge difference to the look of the car, and this is just the beginning. This is a small part. The next step will be the exterior, the Aero Vegan body kit that needs to be sanded down and then painted. And as we do that, I'm going to disassemble some parts from the Aero that I have as a donation car. And if you guys want me to show you on video when I disassemble the parts and talk about the parts, please comment down below. Otherwise, I'm just gonna leave you with a little teaser on what's coming up. A huge shout out to Nisse at Do88 for hooking me up with some premium goods. So I'm just gonna give you a small little sneak peek, and then in the next couple of videos you will see more in detail what I have gotten. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, comment, and I will see you very soon again. Bye. And yes, one more thing. If you want to follow the progress of the build, you can add me on Instagram. Follow me. It's Jonas Kakarikas at Instagram. So check that out. And yeah, bye.